to stay there. I'm not sure if it's Celetic that's assigned to him or not, but Celetic, if you can throw a shield on him every now and then, that would be great. Sortek, don't forget to use your fire ward too. I'm not sure if it helps, but it may.
Roger.
And then we need a grounding totem near square at all times.
Well, so that's Faune's group, so that's Archon. I'll have to make sure to do that, because if he's going to be throwing it at Faune, then that's the only... grounding totems are group-wide, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yep, so Archon, you're on grounding totem duty for square. I don't want to go too much in depth with the fight. I think just seeing it is really going to help us, and I assume everyone's read the information or watched the video, but does anyone have any questions now before we get our first attempt?
I just want to confirm you want Grosh tanked on the right side of the room. That's what the guy said.
Pretty much right where he is.
Okay.
I don't think he moves. I think as soon as you hit him, he's going to start spam casting and he's not going to move.
Okay.
And nothing you can do can interrupt him to move him out of position anyway.
Fair enough.
Okay. So you pretty much want to space the adds away.
Sounds good to me. Thank you.
So kill order will be Skull X Diamond Square. So that's Skull X Diamond Square. And then Triangle obviously last.
And just from a tank perspective, I'm not sure if you're aware of this or not, Rain, but do not pull with shield. You'll hit other things, get aggro on them, and get smacked into the ground. Just let the hunter misdirect to you.
We do have Mr. X. Plinko is misdirecting Rain. Cheney is misdirecting Zangus. I'm misdirecting Faune. And Oba is misdirecting Theron. The only one that's not getting a misdirect is Zortak because he's starting the pull. What's the issue with Kigler? Yeah, I think you can get into a space where you can cast before, because I think I saw Bobby pyroblasting yesterday before, and then as soon as the pyroblast hit him is when the fight.
So Kigler does an arcane explosion, so you cannot melee him, is what the point was about the problem with him.
Yeah, just stay away from. I mean, we don't have much melee, but just don't go near square at all. Any melee.
Same thing with Krosh, which was already mentioned. But yeah, Krosh, Blast Waves, Kigler, Arcane Explosions, melee, do not touch square or diamond.
All right, any other questions? Any other clarifications? Anyone have any other tips or pointers? If not, food buff, elixir.
Mara's question is as relevant.
I would say at 50% High King because he starts to hit really hard and starts whirlwinding around.
We have 5 of them too. 6 of them.
Do they share like the
Nope.
same cooldown, or
yep.
can we?
And they're on.
So, I guess
it's party only.
Yeah.
So everybody should blow them at the same time, just to give the whole raid the buff at the same time.
Yeah, 50% on High King will lust.
Make it a Hellstone.
Yeah, you should definitely get a Hellstone.
I always forget about that damn raid party thing. %.
Yep. I would drum as soon as you feel like comfortable drumming. The problem with drums is the yardage restrictions, only 5 to 8 yards. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but it's really short. So likely when you drum, you're only going to get drummed for yourself. So just drum when you want to. It's a short cooldown. Just keep drumming as often as you can. Any other questions? Yes, we do want an imp with Zortek. If someone has an imp. one of those
Miasmus
slots.
is probably running it. I doubt he has sack, so fair.
Yeah, get an imp out with Zortek, please. It's okay, we have 2 other warlocks that can.
I mean, we can also just try it with 11k if we want. I don't want to mess the warlocks up.
I mean, we do have 2 warlocks, other warlocks who can. I mean, actually, you should just be Kitten enslaving then, honestly, because if Zengus is going to be tanking, Kitten you should just enslave.
And as Candy reminded you, emergency need, you can just fear them instead of enslave them. Or banish them instead of enslave them. Either one.
Exactly. Alright, we're all ready. I'm gonna do a pull 15, give us a little bit extra time to get Mr. X up and to let Zortek cast his Pyroblast at 6, I assume? 6 seconds?
Yep, you got
You're not going to want to be there long term, by the way. High King cleaves.
5,
I don't want you to get your
4,
face cleaved in.
3, 2, 1.
Gruul are the real power in Outland.
Enslave that or banish it if we can't banish it. Kitten pick up the warlock.
That spell isn't ready yet.
X.
That's still recharging.
you gotta talk to
That spell isn't I'm not afraid of you.
Zortek's down.
Zortek is in first. You got the blast.
Isn't ready yet.
Oh shoot!
Yeah, you gotta step back. That's the thing. Towards me, towards the entrance.
I can't cast that yet.
Just play it out so you guys can see what it looks like.
It's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. I can't cast that yet. It's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet. Good. Now you fight me. You're not so tough after all.
So when we enslave those fell beasts, make sure that we're using them to taunt and tank X. Yeah, I guess Candy just serve as the backup on that tanking. In case the fell beast doesn't taunt or doesn't tank or do whatever needs to be done. Anything else you guys noticed that we should discuss?
Fireballs to the face hurt.
Did that imp help?
Yes. I mean, honestly, it was just that I got hit by the blast wave that did me.
How much were the
I think he
standard
did
fireballs
take a
hitting you?
couple of steps. I think he did take a couple steps forward, but I should have noticed that and backed up.
So I was pretty high on aggro on Skull. Is it problematic if I pull for, I mean, obviously, but like, Is it like really bad?
I don't think he hits very hard. I'm not entirely sure though. I took a melee from X, and it only hit me for 4,000.
I'll just try to not go so balls to the wall next time. I was a little keyed up there on that first pull, I'm not gonna lie.
Let's do this. Let's switch this up a little bit. Let's have Candy start on X. Zangus, you sit there, and as soon as the Fell Beast comes out, you enslave it, and then taunt X off of
Okay.
Candy. Because I think you took a melee hit in the beginning.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll-
FYI, the Fell Puppy does not have a taunt. He just hits hard enough to pull aggro. He has
Okay.
2 abilities, a bite, which I think you can put auto cast on, and then another one that removes the stack of the debuff from him. I'm not sure if you're going to want to use that or not.
Then I guess bite. He does have taunt. Okay, yeah, I thought he did.
Doesn't say it in... Okay, never mind then.
So Cheney will misdirect X onto Candy.
Correct. And then as soon as the imp or whatever that thing is called comes up, just enslave it and use that to taunt and bite. And then Candy, you can just go back into cat. And that'll prevent Zangus from getting meleeed.
Just be ready if the imp dies to switch back to bear, because it will probably go back on you.
X should die pretty fast. I mean, Skull died real fast.
Was it already dead?
Yeah, Skull and X were already dead, honestly. By the time you died, X would had like maybe a quarter of his health.
Yeah, they'll die quick then.
Yeah, X died extremely fast. Alright, get your consumes up again, get to your positions. Everyone's ready, pull 15. Hunters, get your Mr. X up.
5,
Miss
4,
south. He's good
3,
to go.
2, 1.
Begins to attack.
Taunt X with that Fell Beast, please.
I can't cast that yet. That's still recharging.
X, not diamond, X.
I can't cast that yet. That spell is That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready.
Good. Now you fight me.
That's still recharging.
It's my fault.
I can't cast
Sword attack's down. Sword attack's back up.
I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'll...
that. I can't cast that yet.
Do your best.
That spell.
Get that Fell Beast.
I can't cast that yet.
Taunt diamond if you can with the Fell Beast, actually.
It did not work.
You won't kill next one so easy.
That's still recharging. That spell isn't ready yet.
Kill target's diamond right now, everyone. We're on diamond.
You not so
Really be careful.
Darren down.
Need a tank on high king. I think
You
Green's got
not so tough after all.
Candy has it right now. But
it. Okay, Andy's got it.
who follows you, Candy? Don't.
anything.
On square.
It's too far away.
Remember to keep that grounding totem down 24/7 on Con if you can.
Pop right on cooldown.
You guys might be able to do this.
Yeah, keep playing it out. We'll get battle reses after square goes down if any of are available.
Get away from Kigler if you're anywhere near him. He can explode and knock you back. There you go.
Alright, get someone up on a battle res.
Alright, battle raising so on.
Someone get Baron up if you can.
I'm useless. Don't get me.
Okay, Fauna get Zangus up.
Get somebody should get Hyper up. Go with the leaders.
Yeah, and then okay, yeah. Fauna if you can get shoes. Candy's tail. Rain, can you taunt that and tank that?
Candy's got it. It's fine.
If a Candy can battle res, if you can get it on someone else.
He's on taunt.
You guys can kill it with what you got.
Got it. Just keep it going.
You will not defeat the hand of
He charges off.
Drum if you can.
When he charges off, melee away from him, or run away from him. Tanks chase him down.
Yeah, all Shaman should have plus it.
you not so tough after
Spread out for this.
you not so tough after all.
Alright. Watch, get out of the way.
Okay. Get away from him. Build threat. Back on Candy.
Nuke. Careful of whirlwind because of the positioning, everyone. This down. Great job, everyone. Great recovery. That was a really good job, Candy, picking both targets up on the fly. Alright, we got items here.
Candy took 0 damage during that whirlwind.
Go dodging bears.
Is that?
That is a really bad, I guess, maybe ret mace.
Is that a good thing? Wow, it drops 2 pieces of loot.
Two pieces of loot is great.
Since we have 0 points, I don't know what's up with the add-on Indulgent, but since we all have 0 points, it could be just done manually.
It is
And
working.
then- Oh, okay.
Go ahead and put your rolls in, please.
Is it still RC loot cancel?
Correct. Those of you who don't have it, then it's not going to show up. Yeah, there's a lot of people that don't have it. Okay, so what we're going to do then is just do regular roll since there's like 15 of you that don't have
I didn't know we were
RC
using
cancel.
it. Thought we were PGP.
They work together.
Oh, didn't know that either. I'll go get it real quick.
It's okay. We're just gonna do a roll with the first
Well, I'm
piece.
not rolling on either of these, but I'm gonna get it anyway.
Roll if it's main spec need, please. FU Cheney.
God damn it.
Just Canadian.
Again.
I actually need a trinket, so I don't really care.
If you're hoping for DST, join the club. Everybody wants a DST.
Main spec roll need Fenris, maybe?
I think Theron wants that.
I need to be smarter.
Oh, it is int. Jeez. All right. So paladins and shamans, I guess maybe feel free to roll greed. You won't be penalized for rolling on this, obviously. Otherwise, we're just gonna shard it.
Shard's more valuable than that
Shard
piece
is
of
way
crap.
more valuable.
Alright. Maybe
Raz
Raz
wants
wants
it.
it.
Still the shard.
If you use
Overruled.
shit, enchant it. It's a waste.
I mean, if Raz is gonna use it for anything, then I'll give it to him. Raz, you want it, right?
Two-hand PvP.
Wants
Let's
a
do it.
PvP. I'm gonna give it to you. If you decide that for whatever reason you don't want it, just pass it to Zangus. He can disenchant it. All right. More trash.
Is this a triple pull? Like guaranteed?
No, he pats back.
Okay. I'll misdirect Skull onto Theron. And whoever's tanking X, Plinko, I guess, misdirect X.
This is our second tank, Rain.
Rain, yep.
Stack up on this bum.
Oh, incoming. He shout out.
Finish off X, I'm gonna switch to the priest.
Sherman Cohen's here.
On Skull.
Forgot that they call for aid.
More raids coming. Off tank, please pick up that brute. So did call that for aid.
Sorry, Selenic, I tried.
We're on Skull, by the way.
I don't have targets. I need targets first. That spell is already
Get fucked, Plinko.
For real.
Oh, that was speed clearing strats. All the trash is dead now, I think.
I think there's one more right before the entrance, but I could be remembering wrong.
Might be right. Either way, that was a lot of trash dead.
Kill them all within earshot of each other, and we're good to go.
Next time,
Yeah,
pull
maybe.
everything, sea shout, seed spam for the win.
Oh, I'll do that.
Do it. Candy, you're on square here. Just wait for everyone to get back up and get buffed and healed. Yeah, Hunters, feel free to misdirect to the tank targets. Skull, Theron, X-Rain, Square Candy.
But you don't need to pull for me. They don't aggro at 30 yards, so I can charge and get a little bit of bonus rage that way. Just after I charge.
Still waiting. We got Hyper in the back. I guess we can do this trash down a healer. Doesn't hit too hard. Go ahead and pull.
Okay, here we go.
Single target skull, please.
Trying to whip him around. Sorry, melee.
We're on X.
Turn square.
Turning towards the meat.
Turn it towards me.
Upper right, yellow bar. Or brown bar. Melee bar.
Evasion tank cleave for the win.
There's like 3 of us.
See how it is. See how it is.
Just a slight difference from classic.
Alright guys, we're here. Gruul. Food buff and consume if you've lost them, please. One of the more important things to remember here about this fight is hateful strikes, similar to patchwork. So we need our tanks to be 1, 2, 3. Candy, you're gonna be in bear form, building threat just in case one of the tanks die. So we really need to make sure 1 and 2 are top for sure, and it would be great if Candy's 3. If not, that's okay, not the worst case scenario, but just do note that if you're a melee, and same thing on patchwork, there's no way to dip and slime on this one, but if you're a melee, you're probably going to die, if one of the tanks goes down. What you can probably do is just back out, wait for Candy to build threat, and then you'll be good. Alright, so the most important mechanic here to talk about is we're going to range 18, so everyone type /range 18. He's going to do a shatter after he growths, and he's going to toss everyone around. At that point in time, you have 5 seconds to get away from people. If you do not, if you stack with other people, you do damage to them. It's okay if you're paired with one other person. So for example, if like me, Cheney, Gameets, and Plinko all get thrown in the same area, if me and Plinko go left and Cheney and Gameets go right, one person's not going to kill you, that's within your range. But if me, Gameets, and Plinko go right, for example, and Gameets goes left, all 3 of us are probably going to die. So it's okay if you pair with someone else. This is also really helpful in the scenario where it would be better if you paired with someone than if you go in the opposite direction and chain to someone else who can't pair with someone else. Does that make sense? It sounds more confusing than it actually is. So instead of like avoiding someone else, you start running, you run near someone else who's also near someone else, and then there's going to be triple damage there. So If you're next to only one person, it's fine to stay where you are. If you're next to more than one person, then you need to find a safer place.
Remember the exact range for Shatter? Is it 10
18.
yards? 18?
Yeah, that's what
Okay.
Barbecue Raid was using yesterday, range 18. Couple things to talk about here too that could be beneficial to some of us. During that Shatter, druids can go into bear form for a little extra health boost so you can survive. I know shifting costs mana, so use your best judgment. If you're not near anyone else, you probably don't need to shift into bear, but if you're near someone else, you probably should shift into bear so that hopefully that you can survive. The second thing is that paladins can blessing. However, you will still cause damage to those that are around you. So if you're going to blessing, the only thing that it would help you with is moving fast, because the debuff incurs a 20% movement tick every 1 second for 5 seconds. So you slowly move slower until you don't move at all. Paladins can blessing that off, where they can move 100% fast, but if they get near more people, they're going to do more damage to them. So only use that in an emergency situation if you're a paladin that's able to get away from everyone else.
Of course, our attack is trying to amplify magic the entire raid, by the way.
You're a
So,
hero. Thank you. But like I said, there's other things to worry about, but the main thing to worry about here is just your distancing during Shatter. And your threat. Any question? Anyone else want to offer any suggestions or tips?
When do we want to lust? Just immediately or after the first Shatter?
Yeah, let's do it after the first Shatter, just so people can see how that goes, and so we know if like people have the mechanic down. I think if you go behind the rocks, you will LOS other people that are around you, but you'll still take damage. That's what I've been told.
Hunters and misdirecting. We want 2 on me and 2 on Rain, or how do we want to split that?
Yeah, we should do that, and then Hunters should be misdirecting on cooldown. I know you all have salve up. Click that off. You don't need it for this fight. Especially if we're misdirecting, click your salve off.
So Cheney will get there, and I guess Plinko will get Rain, please.
Yep.
Okay, I got Theron too, and Oda, you get Rain as well. If our main tank goes down, it's not a reason to panic. We still have 2 tanks, other tanks. We actually have 3 other tanks. We have Stormed as well. So we have tanks. The only thing that's going to happen is Melee's going to have to back out. I got arrows for you. Actually, I don't have arrows for you. My arrows are soulbound. Alright, I'm gonna ready check. Let's get this done.
I'm 99% sure I can't charge this guy, so I'm not even going to try. So you just can misdirect me as I'm going in for the pull.
Yep.
All right.
Everyone's ready.
5,
Here we go.
4, 3, 2.
Getting some bad parries, just be aware. Candy is second tank. There we go. Now Rain's got it. Could you hit me, please? No?
Watch the crumble, the roof crumble. Don't stand in that, obviously.
I'm not going to demo shout. He's hitting like a pansy, and I need him to hit harder.
Spread out, spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we had a bunch of people that were too close. Keep going, we'll go through another Shatter just so you guys can see how it goes.
Wait, Theron, next time you don't want me to demo right off the bat?
No.
Do you want me to not Thunderclap either?
Yeah, no, don't bother with either of them. He hits like a pansy at first, and I need the rage from him hitting harder.
Should be experiencing a slam soon with the shatter. Be ready for it. Here you go. Move away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
I'm out of range.
Good job that time. I don't think we lost anyone.
Dead.
Theron's dead. Alright. Rain's got it. We are down 3 or 4 healers, so we're gonna die.
Are there any graphical tricks to making that cave-in easier to see?
No, you just got to give the line.
Okay. I remember on SAF there was something that you could change to make blizzards easier to see or something.
DBM will warn you as soon as it, like, even before it hits you. Like, if it's on you and it's going to hit you, it'll warn you. We need misdirects on candy hunters.
No escape.
Shatter, spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Stay.
Only candy's up, so if there's a melee storm, you're gonna get hit. Hurtfuls. Feel stormed. It's at half health. Just keep it going just so we can see what it looks like. Continue doing it.
Isn't there a way to get like a radar with the rangefinder?
They disabled that function. That is a retail only function.
Because I saw it on Kazakh the other day.
Mine specifically says it's disabled, but maybe it's...
Alright. All tanks are down, so let's wipe it up. Really good first attempt. We got him down to half health. I think a lot of people got to see what that shatter looks like. Any questions? Anything that you guys saw that we should talk about?
No escape.
Try to go back to the spot we originally started.
4,
If you can.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, it's a good suggestion. Anything else you guys saw?
What Fane just said for one, and people were pretty tightly grouped up, pretty close to Gruul, and then on the first knockback, like 4 of us ended up at the exact same spot, which was super annoying.
So,
Yeah, like I did say, that can happen because yeah, I heard you, Hyper. The shatter will throw you in every direction. You could be pulled toward Gruul, you could be pulled away from Gruul, you could be toward the cave entrance. It's not like everyone gets thrown away from him. It's in a random direction. So if that does happen, where 4 of you are in the same spot, you guys need to buddy up and go. 2 of you go in one direction, and the other 2 go in the opposite. If all 4 of you go in the same direction, which is I assume what happened, then all 4 of you are gonna die.
other thing is, well, yes, it is random, and there is an element of RNG. Starting spread out makes it easier to handle.
For sure. Yeah, treat this like the KT fight. Range 18, have a space. You don't need to necessarily be within 18 yards of someone. This is a big room, a lot of space. Use it.
Benner, so I would say no, but if you get knocked towards a wall and you're closer to the wall, you should be trying to move away from him. Whether you're melee or ranged healers, whatever.
Okay. I have a better idea of what to look for this time. I wasn't expecting to get booped that way. I was thinking I was going to get knocked back, not through him.
Booped.
Beepity boppity boop.
Boppity bippity.
Beepity boppity. What Dave said reminds me, it also is helpful to zoom your camera out as far as possible. Gives you as great an area to look around, gives you more warning on if you're near people, etc.
Does the max console distance command still work?
It does, but the slider does the same thing, as I recall.
So Fenris, that might be a good way for you to accomplish what you kind of want to do.
Yeah, I have max zoom on. I just I got an idea of what to do.
Awesome. Do share, others might be in the same scenario.
So, I'll be zooming out and kind of looking upwards, kind of like I would on the dance boss. And also, like, kind of visualizing like on Saffron as far as spacing. Pretty much mine. So I'll be pulling from past experiences to work on this one.
That also reminds me, Candy. Range, you can be all the way up to number 2 in threat, as long as you don't get into melee. It's just that amongst the melee, the off-tank has to be number 2.
Let's click off the salve again, hunters.
Hans's idea of marking shamans was for totems, so it's easier because I only had one or two people at all times in my totems.
Yeah, I would just be concerned. I don't want people even worried about proximity in this. I want people to feel as spaced out as possible.
That works. I'll try to throw mine as close to the middle as I can.
Yeah, exactly, Kit. And I did outline that as well. If you feel like, you're being tossed next to... There was a time me, Candy, and Stormed, I think, went into the same area, and me and Stormed walked off together, and Candy went in a different direction, and that's exactly what you should do.
It's not that bad for tanks, but for like clothies, it's physical damage, so.
Alright, everyone's ready. We're going to do a pull 10. Get your misdirects up, please.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Some of you head to the back of the room. Everyone's alive after the first shatter bloodlust. All 5 shamans. Here we go. Get ready to spread out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beg for life.
Bring him
Shovels
back.
table up.
Moving him back.
Lust, all shamans lust.
I saw. I saw.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Misdirect should be up. Misdirect again if you can. Use your cooldowns if you haven't cooled down already.
Do we want to be res?
After the next shatter. I just don't know how long it's going to be for another shatter. It looks like it can be any time now. Between now and 10 seconds from now.
Fine, just do it after.
Yeah, exactly.
You get fucked by it anyway, so.
Give the healer time to get you up as well.
That spell is that's still recharging.
So apparently my timers are off. There we go. Power it out.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Alright, let's get those battle reses up now. Get Fenris up. There's only Fenris down now.
Growth 8. Ankle is slightly up.
Cooldowns again if you got them. Drums if you got them. Your drums should be up.
Fenris, I'm letting you take back over the 2 debuffs.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Dead. Candy's got it.
Tank.
Candy's got it.
Kill Candy. Gonna take a lot of damage. Fauna, if your battle res is up, get totems. Where totems can you honk?
No, I did.
Fauna, if your battle res is up, please get totems up. Burn them, guys. Cooldowns.
Misdirect's on a rain, if you got it.
Yep, please. Oda, you might want to feign just to have rain up there.
He's very large, his melee range. So watch out for the hateful strike.
Just kill him. Nice job, guys. Hell yeah.
One shot, I like it.
What, does the first one not count?
No, it doesn't. Come on.
Free one.
2 one-shot. You can't believe that. That's really good stuff.
All right. T4 legs. Looks like some really good stuff, like Storm said. All right, legs first. Main spec roll. Linking.
Come on, dice, don't fail me now. Fail.
Rip.
Let me show you a proper fail.
That is a proper fail.
Fail.
Failing by 1 is a proper fail.
All right, Celetic, not rolling.
Yeah, I'm gonna get the Voigtman.
All right, Gratz Candy.
Good stuff, Candy. Grats.
All right, Shuriken of Negation.
Incredible roll.
That's a greed roll. That's what that is.
It looks pretty cool though. Look at that.
That is what we call a greed roll because
No one else, huh?
they are not that good.
Gratz Theron.
Woohoo!
Teeth of Gruul.
Headed to Mags. We have
Going once,
Nobody
going
else.
twice.
Like it's an upgrade.
Is it
Gratz,
faster for me to portal this to Shaft?
Gratz Totems.
for the slow flyers. It is anyway.
All right, guys. Really great job with Gruul so far. Let's carry this over into Mag.
Repairing stuff while you're out.
Anything you like? Hey, how you doing?
Yeah, please repair. Some of you may need to restock on your consumes.
What do you
Wasn't too many deaths, so I don't expect that. But if you do, grab those while you're on your way.
Deidre, if you want that neck, I think my existing one's a little bit better. You can have it.
You already have an epic healing?
No, but my neck is better than yours.
Oh no, go ahead.
Like, for real, it's no big deal.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay.
One thing that I'm hoping I get tonight is an offhand. That is, like, by far my worst piece.
Okay, well, I need a main hand, because that is my worst piece.
If we're talking about a shield, we'd be having a conversation, but for a neck piece, whatever.
Yeah, the shield is pretty nice. But yeah, if you need it, you have.
Do not loiter.
Why can't I find a repair guy? What the?
The reckoning.
They're like disappearing. Like I'm lagging.
Kazakak jealous.
Nerd.
Spending all that time reading books instead of making gold.
Hey, Kaz, get good, scrub.
Hey Kaz, enjoy just making them do all the work of summoning
Yeah,
us.
summon me.
That's what
Let's
I'm
go.
doing.
Chop, chop.
Exactly.
Yeah, Seletic probably has like a couple million gold. Is there only one stone by the ramps?
No, there's one for Mag specifically on the backside.
Oh,
By
okay.
the
Oh,
entrance.
yep. Now I see it. Duh. Alright, everyone who's poor, everyone who needs a summon, one in the chat, please.
I'm already here. Good try.
That's cool.
I don't mind saying I'm poor. I just finished skilling 375 NG today. That makes anybody poor.
Very true. And thank you for doing that, by the way. Even though none of the hunters can afford to benefit from
I was
it.
gonna say, who's gonna actually pay for that scope though? It's like 1,200 gold in mats.
Damn, what does it require? An arm and an egg?
Two stars of Elune, 12 fell steel bars, and 60 adamantite bars.
It's almost like the DPS chest I'm trying to craft. 6 primals.
Everyone here that needed a summon? Anyone else need a summon? Sub on DC?
Raid logging like a pro.
Oh my god. This guy and his memes.
Gotta preserve his elixirs, yo. Speaking of which, we have less than 2 hours left, so if you brought a flask and weren't using it, now you can use it.
Alright everyone, welcome to where the real fun begins. Yeah, it's a pretty messy place.
Gruul knocked over here, like.
That's true, we didn't take a screenshot of our Gruul and High King kill. Scully was our guy for organizing that kind of stuff, and I'm not a picture guy.
He was watching my stream, I guess.
My fault.
I did remember to raid log, though. We should have raid logs.
Yeah, we'll take a picture next week. Nobody will know the difference.
Fair enough.
I am going to take a screenshot when someone comes back in, just so I have who it is, who was here. Or yeah, somebody could clip Indulgent stream.
Oh yeah, that's true. We can definitely do that. The UI is garbage, but whatever.
You're a hunter. You don't need a UI. You need a giant button that's under your screen that you spam.
Pretty much. It is pretty easy, not gonna lie. As survival, I was number 2 on DPS, which is just gross. Shouldn't happen. Anyway, let's get up and get moving. So for this trash, not much to note here other than they shadow volley.
Interrupts are your friend.
Yep, interrupts. They also rain of fire down on a random location. Just move out of it. Pretty standard stuff. When they get low health, they will run away. It is important to burst them down while they're running. Otherwise, they could run into Mag's room or run and pull more trash. Single targets here, please, on skull. We're gonna single target everything here, guys, just to make sure it doesn't run and kill and pull something. Those are the interrupts.
Also, yeah, sorry, Warlocks, Curse of Tongues these, the spells are pretty fast casting, so that helps. I got feared.
Yeah, I think we need to put tremors down. Watch that rain of fire, get out of it.
Next pat coming in. It's padding, so just watch it, it's marked up. Here it comes.
Just finish the unmarked. Yeah, that rain of fire. Interrupt, please. Yeah, let's get. Alright, I was gonna say, let's get reses. Cables actually did it?
Yeah, cables worked.
Wow. Let's pull these back if we can. Just because, again, the runaways.
You actually did relog in. How do you... What?
Alright, we're gonna need 2 people to go outside and summon him then.
Do we need to clear the other side?
Yes.
Yeah. We're gonna keep moving. Clear this trash while 2 people are out there summoning. Getting someone here.
Yes, as Mara says, can also confirm that if they respawn in the middle of an attempt, they still pull.
That's so fun. Alright, let's go ahead and pull.
So you guys can see that while individually the volleys are not that dangerous, when 3 or 4 of them go off in a row, people start dying.
Alright, should be it for trash. Fenris will need you here with as much of your tank gear on as possible.
Okay. I lost my crit immunity. I'm 483 defense though.
I don't think they melee very hard.
They were critting Calamez for 9k last night. Do you have a tank flask? That'll give you the last bit you need.
What's a tank flask?
It's the one that gives you 10 defense rating.
I do not have one of those.
Anybody have a defense, like a... I don't think there are any elixirs that give defense skill. Just have to risk it. Kill it. Yeah, that gives armor, which is nice and good.
Pat.
Jesus. Just resets, no big deal.
Yeah, so we can go, by the way, that reminds me to mention, you can go all the way in the room, you can run around, you can do literally anything you want except touch anything. Pretend you're a parent in a museum with a 5-year-old. No touching.
Yeah, we're gonna spend some time actually doing that. Alright, so pretty much everyone needs to have the sheet up with the cube assignments and the general assignments, because there's a lot of responsibility for each one of us during this fight. So we're going to mark up these channelers.
Sorry, indulgent. I noticed that you have Theron tanking 2, Skull and X. You don't want me to tank any?
You know what? Let's do that, Storm, since you're here. Fenris, you don't actually have to tank then.
Yeah, that's the better thing. I can take 2 of them until the end and Fenris DPS.
Okay. Good call. Thank you, Storm,
Yeah.
for reminding me of that. Totally forgot about that. Square. All right. So first thing to talk about is these channelers. So these channelers, there's 5 of them. Mag, as you can see, is not active for the first portion of the fight. So as soon as we walk in and we attack or touch anything, you'll have a 2-minute timer to kill as many channelers as you can until Mag becomes active. Hopefully we can kill 3-4 of them at the very least. But they do 2 spells that are totally interruptible. Both are very quick casts, so you guys got to really be paying attention. The first one is a Shadow Bolt Volley, the same that you just saw outside. It is a 1-second cast, so again, I think the curse that Theron mentioned does work here. So Warlocks, if you can keep them cursed. And our interrupters are listed on the sheet to try their best to interrupt. The second one that's more important than the Shadow Bolt Volley is the Mending spell, which is a 2-second cast, which will heal them for a significant portion of their health. That's mainly the first phase. The other thing that we need to worry about is each Chandler can drop an Infernal. They can be banished, they can be feared. So Warlocks, your job is to keep your head on a swivel. Besides keeping those curses up, is to banish, fear, do whatever on those elementals. One Warlock can essentially lock 2 of them down by banishing one, fearing the other. We have 3, so we should be more than set for that. We're gonna lust on pull. It's a long fight. We might have it up again later.
We're killing Skull then X.
Correct. It's going to go Skull X square, diamond, triangle. So even when Mag is up, Theron's going to tank it. No one is to be doing any DPS to Mag. We are to finish off those channelers if any are up. Any questions about phase 1?
Let's maybe have Taney misdirect Skull, and then when that wears off, just whoever can grab misdirect on Theron for X, just to make sure Cleave doesn't pull it off him. The other 3 shouldn't need misdirect.
So Gameets, yes. You're going to be kicking the heel. We don't have enough interrupts to get an interrupt for you, but what I want us to do is to cascade those interrupts down. So as Skull dies, those interrupters will now be moving down. So we'll have more interrupts on X, more interrupts on square, etc., etc. The one we really need a second interrupt on is a square. So Raz, when Skull dies, if you can, please move to square instead of X and help Gameets interrupt. And Raz, you're going to focus on interrupting the Shadow Bolt Volley. And Gameets will be focusing on interrupting the Prayer Mending, or whatever it's called. Shadow Mend, I think it's actually called. Yeah, Raz, don't worry about Diamond, just skip that one. We don't have enough interrupts, like I said. We only have, I think, like 6 or 7 interrupters. 7, I think. 5 Shamans, 1 Mage, 1 Rogue. So 7 people can't do 10 interrupts, unfortunately. So there's going to be some stuff that goes out. And the one that's more important, again, is the heal. So we really need to interrupt that.
Sorry, Indulgent. The heal is more important when you're actually attacking that particular channeler.
I think they can each other too.
Yeah, they heal each other.
Oh, they heal each other.
Current Diamond should be at a range to heal Skull, so we don't need to kick those immediately, but as soon as we get over there, we're going to have to start kicking them.
Right.
Right, squares across the other side of the room, so I think the volley is a priority until somebody comes closer to me.
So I'm gonna pull Skull and X basically over towards where X is. You're gonna bring Square over to me with Skull and X, and Rain and Candy are gonna keep their 2 off in Narnia on the opposite side of the room.
Alright, cool.
Yep. Okay, phase 2. What's going to happen then is Mag is going to be active. There's a couple of things to note, but the most of the damage is going to be on Theron. Not really that important for us to be aware of, but the really important thing is after 50 seconds when he's active, he will cast Blast Nova. If he succeeds in getting that cast off, he wipes the raid. What we can do to interrupt that is click a cube. So there will be 5 of us assigned to the first cube rotation. 5 of us will move 1 onto each cube and click. Now, a lot of things to discuss here about the cube. One is you cannot spam click it. If you click it more than once, you will click it and click off of it. And we will wipe. Second thing is all 5 must be clicked at the same time, correct?
It's not clicked at the same, it's just a channel. So they just have to be channeling at the same time.
Okay, good to know. But around the same time.
Yeah, like so if you cast Blast Nova, get to your cube and click it and don't like take your hands off your keyboard.
We do have people assigned to boxes, it's in the sheet. So like me, Hans, Archon, and Daedry are assigned to the Skull Channeler box. Yep, we'll go over that in a minute. The other thing to note too is that if you do anything like cast a spell, auto attack, hunters, you need to hit escape before clicking that cube, because if you have the boss targeted and your auto attack goes off, it will stop your channel. And the last thing to note is we should let it channel for as long as possible.
It does do damage to you while you're clicking it, but it's not a lot of damage. But if you are low on health and he's already been banished, stop clicking. And it is a little confusing. The vertical columns are which cube you're clicking. The horizontal lines, the rows, are the order you are clicking. So you are clicking the diamond cube 4th.
After you click, you get a debuff where you can't click again for like 2 minutes or whatever. So that's why we have multiple people clicking. But again, like don't start clicking it until he's casting Blast Nova. Like, and then just click it and literally take your hands off your keyboard and pray to God that everybody else gets their cubes clicked.
The other thing to note too is that we need to be in position early. So those of you who are near one of the cubes, for example, if Theron's tanking Mag Theron where Skull is, and you're assigned to click Skull, you don't have to move so early. But if you need to click at Square, you can't leave when he starts casting. You're not going to make it there in time. So I'm going to call it out early, and I will call out the 5 of us that need to be clicking a cube. Your only responsibility really is to just know where you're going. Now, those channelers are going to die in random spots. They're not going to die where they are now. So your best thing to do is to note where your cube is on the map, position-wise.
So, unfortunately, I was not able to get flares for all of them, but I can mark skull and triangle spots with flares, and then you can reference where they are now to use that to count out where your correct square is if you get confused.
I'm just gonna try to stand by mine the whole fight.
You absolutely can do that.
Alright, any questions about that stuff? The most important thing about this fight is clicking the cube on time when it's your turn to click the cube. We do have backup clickers assigned. Those 4 people, the first 3 have a sprint. So if, for example, someone were to die, Gamits could sprint over and click a cube in someone's place.
Just so I'm clear, where the marks are positioned now, those cubes are essentially what those marks are designated for the...
Correct. You can come inside and you can see. Okay. Just don't touch anything and you're fine. But yeah, so one thing I would like you guys to do now is to stand by the cube you're supposed to click. So those of you who are assigned to click cubes, go stand by the cube. Don't click the cube, don't hit the channeler, don't do anything, just stand by your cube. Alright, do we have 5 people at each cube? 4 people, sorry. Okay, looks like everyone's at the correct cube from what I'm seeing on the map. So this is where you're going to be heading when it's your turn to click your cube. Again, when we engage Mag, I will call out who is moving. I will say, Cube Clicker 1, Bruce, Oda, Cheney, Mara, Zortek, get to your cubes. It's your responsibility to know where you're going, but I will let you know when it's your turn to go. Any questions before we get some attempts
One
in?
other thing I'll mention, if you die, don't call out immediately, I can't click my cube or whatever. Wait until he tells you that you're up next, then call out the icon of the cube that cannot be clicked. Just make communication as clear as possible. That way someone can fill in. I am going to be tanking him against this back wall, Soen. It makes it easier so that people don't have to worry about his cleaves and the noxes.
How big is this cleave?
I think it's a 90-degree cone, but it's a cleave, so.
I'd recommend, like, if you're calling a dead one, probably don't call the mark. I would say either entrance or northeast, southeast, maybe on the mini-map, because if they don't remember the mark, they're not going to know which one it is. Just a thought.
And as Deja says, yes, when we pull the channelers, I'm going to be right here. I'm going to be pulling Skull and X to the flare, to the Hunter flare.
And unless you're healing the guys in Narnia, which is where Triangle and Diamond are, you should be back here as well to avoid getting hit by any volleys from them, just in case they miss.
Alright, let's get your elixirs, your food buffs, etc. consumed up. And let's one-shot this.
And lust off the start.
As soon as tanks have aggro, we're gonna lust, yes, correct. Maybe not exactly at the start, maybe 15 seconds into it, but yes.
Janie will get first misdirect on Theron. Whenever that's done, just follow up with X and then maybe Skull again. Just dump misdirects on him for the first couple.
Okay, we can do that.
If that's easier for you, Demeets, yes, but you could also set up a focus macro for that as well.
Just to confirm, Stormed is tanking square, right?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay, thank you. The sheet still shows me.
I just fixed it.
Thank you.
Oh, you mean on the pull? Yeah, okay, that's right, Demeets. Yes.
You can just watch your threat.
Fenris, you ready?
Oh, yeah. I thought I clicked. Yes, I am.
Alright.
5,
Gonna
4,
nuke this idiot
3,
skull
2,
right away.
1.
Nice and rough. We're on X now, we're on X.
Pistol in the melee?
Manage those, fear those warlocks, please.
A couple of missiles over my.
Warlocks, you may need to run around to go catch those, but please do. Manage them here. Run square, run square. Still got a lot of time till Mag comes up. Keep moving these idiots. Let's go.
I got Shadow Red. I got next Shadow.
Do you heal on rain? Kazukai, can you pop up? We're on Diamond next. Actually, just get Triangle, it's closer. Get Triangle, everyone. Triangle's closer.
Also, Triangle's tank is down, so I need a pickup. They are tauntable, so somebody taunt Triangle off me. Stormed has it. Stormed has it.
Diamond's tank is also down. Mag's up in 2 seconds. Just keep playing it out, guys, just to see it. We're not going to get it down, obviously, but just keep playing it out. So in this scenario, we should all be on Diamond. Oh, so the one thing I noticed was the Abyssals. I saw a lot of Warlocks kind of stacked near the entrance and then had to go run and chase them down. I think it would be best if you positioned yourself in the middle of the room in max range of Skull, so where you can still attack it, but then you can move freely if you need to. Also, we need to be mindful of our interrupting. I know we don't have many interrupters, but we need to be interrupting as much as we can.
Miasmus, if you're using Imp for whatever reason, you may want to switch to the Fell Hunter for an extra interrupt.
I'm gonna get back in and let Dog out real quick.
Okay.
One other minor thing I noticed: Candy and Rain, you can pull your two together. That makes it easier on your healers to reach everybody.
Yeah, so just so we clarify one thing too, healers, Daedra brings up a good point, is that every time one of these channelers die, the other channelers get stronger. So the tank on Square, for example, Stormed, and then the tank on Diamond, Candy, and the tank on Triangle, Rain, are going to get hit hard.
It wasn't bad for me on Storm, so...
Yeah, you're a bear, so it's probably not going to be too bad, but Rain's probably going to get hit like a truck.
You want to give Rain
Yes.
Square then?
No, it's not about class. It's just about order of kill.
Right, I know. That's what I'm saying. If he gets Square, he'd be killing. Square's killed third.
And then you would be getting hit like a truck. It doesn't, you know.
Oh,
the mitigation.
okay. I see what you're saying. All right, cool.
No, we didn't mention that, so I guess, I mean, the healers saw the cadence of damage and they just assumed maybe it was going to stay that way, but definitely does ramp up.
Right back.
Going right is for kings, everyone going left is a scrub.
I'll be right back as well.
So if anybody thinks some of the flare patterns are world drops, so if you run across them, send them to me and I can make them to mark cubes in this fight once the channelers are dead.
back.
We have designated kickers for the heal, right?
Correct.
Okay, so that means everybody else watch for shadow bolts. That's basically what killed us there.
Some of the shamans that are healers are assigned to Earth Shock. I would suggest making that target your focus, and then when you see the cast, just shock it.
It's random Zortek. They can basically not cast at all. Sometimes they'll cast back to back. Nothing, you know, that's the fun.
All right, let's give it another whirl. I'm going to ready check. Everyone's got their buffs, consumables. Remember, warlocks, you kind of want to stay toward like where Mag is right now in the middle of the room. That way you can quickly banish fear. All right, everyone's ready. Do a pull 10. Let's do this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What is that?
I don't have X. Infernal in melee.
Nice banish.
Need help on square for the heal.
I got you, dudes.
Alright, I'm good. I got it.
We're on X, everyone.
If you have a misdirect, just throw it on there, please.
Rebanish the abyssal. Never mind the fear. Good. Get that heal.
I need help on the square.
Get that abyssal. Both of them. Run square. Keep fearing and banishing those elementals. That's your priority for the runs.
Rain has an elemental on him.
We're moving. We're gonna do triangle next, everyone. It's closest. Archon, if you can pop up, pop up.
Getting in position for mags. Someone you don't want to stand there.
Healers need to be ready for Theron. Tanking Mag. Get that abyssal.
Interrupts.
Big heals on Rain. We are not killing this elemental. We're just gonna keep banishing and fearing it. We got about 25 seconds on Blast Nova. Those of you who need to get to your cube, start getting in position after this thing is over. That is Bruce, Oda, Cheney, Mara, and Zortek. All the challenge are dead, everyone's alive. Get near your cubes.
Wait till he casts. Don't click yet.
Click. Keep that channel.
Excellent.
Don't let go. Back on boss. We have a lust, use it. All shamans lust. Blast Nova in 20 seconds. Next set is Hans, Totem, Zangus, Kitten, and Miasmus. Get to your cubes as soon as this is over.
It's too far away.
Click, click. Channel that. Don't let go. Great job so far. Keep it up, guys.
Clink of Fane.
Alright, we got Blast Nova in 30 seconds, still got a little bit of time. Alright, next set is Archon, Raz, Fenris, Celetic, and Hyper. Get to your cubes now, please. Or as soon as this is over.
That's annoying.
Get to your cubes, get to your cubes.
So, who's the weak one now? That's still charging.
Click. Hold it.
Fenris click.
Fenris is exhausted. Must have double clicked.
His spear clipped through the block as I was clicking.
Those are really good attempts.
His fucking spear clipped through as the gear was there. And I clicked the spear.
Yeah, that was really good interrupt there. Good attempt overall.
Sorry about that, guys.
Okay.
The weak one now.
Just shake it off and let's get it down the next attempt. I think everyone's seen it. Everyone knows what to do now, for the most part. Warlocks
It helps to like turn your camera so that you're like almost looking up, just to avoid any other visual distractions.
Yeah, his spear clipped through the square, and when I clicked, it went from being a gear to a sword, and yeah. And then it was late, and I was clicking like crazy.
Yeah, if you're a little bit late, don't spam click, because that's gonna click and drop. Just click once. As soon as you can click, obviously, when it's a gear. Yeah, it was a great attempt. Very good attempt.
Also, as you may have noticed on that, it is theoretically possible to survive a tick of Blast Nova. So if somebody has trouble and like that happens and you take a tick, just don't panic. Get your click on as soon as you can.
And if it happens, please try to bandage, because it's a lot of damage. Or pot, or whatever you want to do.
Also, I don't feel like he hit that hard. I mean, healers correct me, but I know it's, not nothing, but I don't feel like he hits so hard that you have to tunnel vision me.
I think at 30% the ceiling collapses and there's some rate damage, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a one-time thing, so you just have to survive it.
Yeah, I think Just that mechanic is it. If we get the mechanics down, just the interrupts and the cube clicking, that nothing else needs to be worried about.
Yeah, I was there with like time to spare, and yep. Now I've just positioned my camera differently this time so that it's like the only thing I could possibly click.
Put the camera in the cube.
If we get him to 35%, we should wait to push him till after a Blast Nova interrupt.
Agreed.
Just like with Mexna, just basically just hold off and wait till the interrupt and then kill him.
It doesn't matter. Mara's saying it doesn't matter. Yeah, I did read that online, that there's always 10 seconds between that bounce around and between when he'll do a blast wave. So he'll never do like a blast wave and then that, or he'll never do a cave in and then a blast wave immediately. You always get 10 seconds. Again, that's the internet, so I don't know how true it is, but that's what I read.
Okay. I remember it being rough, but we're all pretty geared, so maybe it doesn't matter.
So just checking, do healers agree with my assessment? If so, I'll pop an Iron Shield on the transition, but I won't chain pop them. But if it did feel like I could use it, then I'll keep chain popping them.
Yeah, I mean, I was at about an 8 mana when Mags came up, and I never once worried about your health.
Any healer need a brilliant mana oil? I have it, I'm using it, but it's probably better for a healer if someone's missing one.
I legitimately forgot that I had them in my bag. Sorry about that.
Anyone else actually need them? Healers?
You can only have one misdirect on Theron at a time, so yeah, at the start X might go running, but I'll try and get it as soon as I can.
Yeah, mine will get used up like before it even reaches Theron. For Skull.
Alright, any questions? Anything else? Any other suggestions, feedback?
Did I? I'm sorry. I fixed that.
If we can get through phase 1 just like we did, then we'll be setting ourselves up nicely.
How long do you believe your pathetic sorcery can hold?
Yeah, phase 1 is all on our interrupters and our warlocks. If you guys both do what you did the last time you did it, we're fine.
Oh, do we want to wait a minute and a half on Lust? I would.
It's up to you. We didn't lust the last pull on pull.
Didn't we?
No, we didn't. We lusted as soon as Mag was up.
Oh. Well, then I don't know. What do you guys?
I mean, it seems to me that it's so far it's harder with the 5 up. Just because of the because when the interrupts, when they inevitably some of them get missed, that if those shadow bolts go out multiple times, it's a lot.
Okay, we'll wait the minute. We'll wait the minute. We'll lust on pull, but we're not going to lust on exact pull. We're going to give it 15 seconds because some of you animals were making it really hard for the tanks to hold threat.
Yeah, it makes sense.
I saw Theron scrambling and asking for Mr. X, and unfortunately, once one Mr. X on him, we all can't misdirect him. So I couldn't misdirect because someone's misdirect was on him.
Yeah, some of you hunters are, as Kazukak says, to reference Bobby Boucher, mongoloids.
I waited 10. I always wait 10. Alright, let's pull 20 or pull 15. Right. Again, we're waiting 10 seconds on TPS until Theron says he's good. At that point, when Theron says he's good, we're gonna lust.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good.
Lust, all shamans lust. Pocket cooldown same time as burn. Warlocks watch for abyssals if one up already. Run X. Single target X, please. Single target X, run X.
Lots of volleys going out.
Run square. We're gonna go to triangle next, 'cause I believe that's probably still gonna be closer, just to clarify. Another abyssal warlocks. Totems is down. Totems, you need to get up if you can. Fauna battle res totems if you can.
Star battle resing totems.
Okay, thank you, Storm. Keep these abyssals, there's 2 of them active, thank you.
Diamond needs tongues. Diamond needs tongues.
Tongues in. Phase 2 in 10 seconds, Theron, ready. Remember, we're all on triangle and then diamond. Everyone on diamond. Big heals on rain.
Abyssal.
Another abyssal. Banish that or fear it, thank you.
That spell is ready. I can't cast that yet.
After this is over, cube clickers get to your cubes.
I'm out of range.
That is me, Oda, Cheney, Mara, Zortek. Click.
Not again.
Keep it channeling, please.
Any misdirects you can send my way. Try and do them during the banish because there's extra damage taken.
Nova in 20 seconds. The next set are Pawns, Totems, Zangus, Kitten Dots, Miasmus. Get to your cubes. Head to your cubes, please.
I need to get closer.
You should get her up.
Click. Keep channeling. Nice job in the battle res. Drum if you got it. Cooldowns. Nova in 20 seconds. Start making your way to your cubes. That is Archon, Raz, Fenris, Celetic, Hyper. Got about 10 seconds after this is over. channel up.
Hunter's mark. Just fell off.
What's up? Putting it back up. Thank you for that. Alright, we got 20 seconds till Blast Nova. Next set is Daedry, Faune, Klinko, Sowan, and Rain. Get to your cubes, please. If you're ready to click 10 seconds after this is over.
I'm out of range.
Click. Keep it channeling.
Don't want to click too early.
Good job.
Get everyone topped off. Which we are.
We're at 30%. Watch for the debris.
Get ready to use Hellstones if you get hit.
Seconds of Blast Nova. This wave is back to 1. It's me, Oda, Cheney, Mara, Zortek. Get to your positions.
It's too far away. I need to get closer.
Click. Keep that channeling. When we come off of this, Lust if you guys can. Lust now. Actually, Lust if you can.
4 minutes.
All cooldowns if you have.
Shield wall because I can.
We may get one more round of cubes.
Yes, we will. Alright, Blast Nova 20 seconds. Hans, Totem, Zangus, Kitten, Miasmus. Get
Cover Zangus up. My computer's froze. Northeast.
Who meets? Cover Zangus northeast.
I'm here.
Who meets?
Stand up.
Gonna happen after this. Be ready if he gets there.
Dots.
More dots.
Fucking well done, guys. Holy
Wow,
shit.
one
Clean.
shot. Nice.
Super clean.
Guys, that's 2 one-shots one night. That's amazing.
Best team ever.
That's awesome, yeah.
I'm ninjaing this bag. Thanks, guys.
See you later.
Just kidding.
Ninja
Alright, we're gonna do the bag first because everyone's gonna want to roll on this, I assume. So here we go.
Mara's probably already got all 20 slaughters.
Roll if you'd like the bag. Please only roll once. Don't be a dick.
13? What kind of a roll is that?
Looks like Archon's the top so far. Congrats, Archon. Alright, next is Black Sack of Gems. I'm going to give that to you, Theron, for the Guild Bank.
I don't even know what comes in those things.
You'll find out shortly. Liar's Tongue. Roll if you need for main spec. If you've already received a piece of gear, how we're going to do this, if you've received a piece of gear, is we're going to be passing, unless there's no one that rolls. Wow, no one wants this.
Don't think they're very good.
Commit this?
Absolutely not.
Alright. Off spec? Anyone want to roll for off spec?
I mean, they have no agi on them, so I don't think they're very good.
What else I want? Tank extraordinaire.
I love the not off spec roll or the not greed roll 1-to-1, still getting a 1. I approve.
Congrats, so on.
Just don't want to overspend it.
Eridar, Wand of Obliteration. Roll need. Alright, it's looking like Kitten.
All right, so while we're finishing up loot, gather up facing the doorway around Theron for a picture. I marked myself with a star just for orientation purposes.
Alright, I'm gonna stop loot for the picture then real quick because there's still a couple pieces. A lot of loot from this guy.
Let's make sure we get Karen in the picture, please.
Stupid.
All right, everybody in position. I'm going to take one real quick just with the nameplate, so I have that.
Let us know when.
And then remember what the command is for getting the stupid screen to go away.
Then Control X.
Alt Z.
Oh, my Alt Z has been rebound. Somebody else take the picture and send it to me then. And count it down.
Who's doing it? Anyone? Someone? Someone who's got a clean UI?
Preferably in the middle.
My Alt Z also doesn't work for that either, so I don't know what I've bound it to, but it's not that. No one doing it? No one
I
at
think
all?
Daedry got it.
Okay, so
Thank
give us a countdown and then hit the button on 0.
It's harder than clicking
Alright,
the
we're gonna
boxes.
do a pull 10.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pull 10, there we go.
Can't see that with their UI hidden.
5,
4,
4,
3,
3,
2,
2,
1.
1, 0. You got him?
Yeah.
All right.
Awesome. Alright, let's finish out this loot. Some more good pieces coming up. Alright, Chest Guard of the Fallen Champion. Paladin, Rogue, Shaman. Roll if you need. Gamit's roll doesn't count.
He didn't interrupt enough. He doesn't deserve it.
He didn't roll and say, hello, this is Gamit's roll.
Yeah,
Oh, come on, man. Gamit did a great job on,
He only had
on my own.
all the interrupts, so he doesn't get that.
exactly. He only had 5.
Congrats, Gamit.
And next best had 3.
I couldn't get one in.
Alright, the last piece, Magtheridon's head. Roll if you'd need. I think it turns into a ring.
Yes.
Yeah, ring.
Double 96 and then a 95. Ouch. Triple 96.
What are the odds?
All druids.
All druids, yeah.
It's a druid duel to the death. Candy duel storm first. The winner fights Faune.
It's alright, man. I'll pass the candy.
No, I'm kidding. Actually, roll again if you guys want it. All the druids, all 3. You guys all deserve loot. You all did a damn good job tonight. So.
Stop the count.
Can't.
So you got
Candy
Storm.
pass. Okay.
Candy pass. You sure? Okay, yeah, you did get legs. Good call. All right. Congrats, Stormed.
Use the head for a world buff, JK.
It does actually give a
Never
buff.
again.
It does actually give a buff if you
Really?
when you turn